How's it going? This is Zero Blazer, aka Fighter 996, back with another Fake Ghost Shorts. I know it's been a while because there was this one with Nezha, I think her name was, and what was her name? Cersei, or as they translated her, like Kiruke. But I didn't care. I already have way too many Lancers, and Caster I do kind of need, but doesn't matter too much. We are here for Abigail, who is, for those who've done the story, the very first foreigner, who is the very first Berserker counter in the game. So it would be very nice to have her. I saved up a bunch of stones and a good amount of, what do you call them, tickets to try and get her. Do I think I'll get her? I don't know. I just got Jack, so maybe not, but fingers crossed, right? Keep it hopeful for that Cthulhu magic, I guess. And from now on, I'm gonna start asking you guys some questions, you know, to keep our relationship going, I guess, the best way to say it. This is the first time, and we're trying to roll for someone who's a good counter for Berserker, the very first counter for Berserker. The question will be, who is the servant you guys have that really pulls your team to win? Like, not necessarily your favorite, but it's just that servant that is always there to watch out for you guys. Personally, for me, is Quetzalcoatl. Like, her damage output's so good. She got that guts going on. She's just like attack up with charisma, and then the, what do you call it? I'm gonna start rolling while I talk because I'm just wasting time. She has that attack up with charisma. She has the buster up with the revive, and all that together. And you can put all that on her, obviously, and it just makes her so strong. And of course, along with Merlin, then you got something like amazing. So I really like Quetzalcoatl. She's like MVP on my team, which is kind of funny because when I first rolled for her, I was super disappointed because it was during the time when you could also roll for I'm just gonna skip it if it's something like that. You can also roll for Gorgon, and my goal is Gorgon, but I kept not being able to get her. That's cool. I keep interrupting myself. But I eventually rolled Quetzalcoatl. I was super sad. I was like, this is good because it's a 5-star, but it's not who I was going for. But now I'm so glad that I rolled her. She pulls through so well. So I'm very happy about that. And then I did eventually get Gorgon from a different event. I don't remember which one. It was on one of the ones that I recorded, so you guys can check those out. But yeah. Oh, that was a load. That was quite the load. Nope, Berserker. Yep, okay. I don't know why that took so long to load, that was weird. But yeah, after using Gorgon, she's like the crappiest Avenger that's not supposed to be crappy. Because, Angry Manju. Wow, another one? Is it right up? No. Oh, that's weird. Angry Manju? Or Angra Mainyu, something like that. I just call him Angry Manju. He is... oh, that's new. He is, not supposedly used, like, viably. I mean, like, you can. Obviously. Every servant you can use somewhat viably. But, you're not supposed to really use them too often. You're supposed to use, like, the 4-stars and 5-stars more. But, so, Gorgon is definitely not up there. She's pretty down there. Unfortunately. It's because of the AoE NP, honestly. I brought her for the fight in, what's the place called? Oh, well, that was weird. It just blacked out for a second. I brought her to the second EOR. Hi, useless CE. And she didn't do that well. She kind of helped, but not as much as Lobo would have, or obviously Jalter. So, that's a thing. Anyways, that's about all the talking I have in me, because these videos usually don't last this long. This one's gonna be like 20 minutes long. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. I guess it's a good length for the first video that I'm making with a question of the day. Question of the video. We've gone through like 12 tickets. Still nothing. Oh, boy. Come on, Abigail. I need that counter. Apparently, they changed her animation for the servant version, but then there's also rumors that it's based on her ascension, which seems like a lot of work. But I guess if you already animated the third level ascension, I guess, then I guess I will most likely leave her in her first form as much as, you know, the lewd lolly thing is a thing in the Fate now after Aprilia. I like her looking sane. I like my girls sane for the most part. It's very attractive to be sane. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Like, I know some people, they rolled Ilya, and they just leave her in first form in her schoolgirl outfit, which is weird, I think. It's like, oh, it's untransformed magical girl. But you know what? I respect that. I like the normal clothes. I think normal clothes are cool. I always love it when anime, you know, the main character just wears normal clothes and not like some super fancy armor crap. It's always very, I don't know, modern, and that feels good. We're gonna do a 30 roll now, because I used up all my tickets and I didn't really get anything at all. I didn't even get any 5-star CE. But I guess Japanese account's not really the one with the 5-star CE. Japanese account's the one with a little bit of everything. English account, if this was English though, I would roll the 5-star CE and I would roll no good servants. That's what would have happened if this was English. Thankfully, we're not doing English. We do have, no, never mind. There's a 5-star CE. I lied, apparently. There's a 5-star CE. And that's all the guarantees, by the way. So right now it's all whatever comes to me. Whatever comes to me is what I get. That's all we got left. We got a Jill the Ray. It's not something I want. Next up, we got, oop, I blew into the microphone. I hope that didn't mess everything up. We got Toda. Oh, that reminds me. In Salem, there's a lot of assassins. Like, they did on purpose because you get caster double bond up, so they gave you more assassins to fight. And because of that, my Sanzo pulled in the hardest work. I guess overall Quetzalcoatl would be my MVP, but specifically, Izun, I think that was your name. But in Salem, definitely Sanzo. Sanzo and Merlin together, ooh, that's beauty. That's synergy. Very amazing. The half level thing was kind of annoying. It was kind of a weird thing to do. I don't know why they did it. Did it make it harder? Not really. I think it just made the whole thing easier. Except for the very last part. The very last part was still the same amount of difficulty. Oh, obviously, the thing's gone. Your limit's gone by then. So, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why they did it. Just for story reasons, I guess. They always wanted to do those gimmicks for the Epic of Remnants, like the solo fights. It started off in CCC. Okay, whatever. Gonna keep going. Hopefully I have enough inventory. Yeah, it started off in CCC, where they did the solo fight with Mount Lilith. And I was like, whoa, solo fights, what the heck is this thing? It was, didn't care for it too much, but it was there. Then it showed up in Epic of Rim and 3, I think, in Musashi. That was for story. Well, they're both for story reasons, but I was like, oh, you need to awaken the power to summon your crap, your servants. Like, oh, okay, cool. But it did shed some light to me. I had no idea how you summon servants before that point, but apparently you summon them like Shiro in the anime. He's like, Saber! And then Saber just pops out of nowhere. I guess that's how it works for you too. You just call out your servants and then they just pop out of nowhere. Mabu Tofu! Speaking of Mabu Tofu, like everything I'm seeing just reminds me of stuff, which is kind of weird, but I guess it's good in terms of like filling in dead noise. Speaking of Mabu Tofu, I watched Heaven's Feel pretty recently, and I don't know. There's a scene, I don't know if it's considered a spoiler or not, but there's a scene in it where Mabu Tofu is involved, and it is like the most animated scene. One of the most animated scenes in the movie, like something you would not expect to be this, like so much work put into it, got that amount of work put into it. And obviously the whole, oh hi Black Rail. Obviously the whole audience was just erupting in laughter. Oh, gold! Well, I guess if it's caster or foreign, it's very easy to tell. Oh, caster. Brown? Yeah, we got brown. Shiva no Ojo! The Queen of Shiva. Or Sheba. Right at the end. Not bad. Huh. I didn't notice that I rolled 200 faces in a row. That's weird. Alright, at least we got something new. So even if we don't get Abigail, we did have something to show for it. Got the brown caster. Another brown caster, the other one's Nito Chris. Cool, lock her up. She got that kimono mimi going on too.
Hi, 出ました。芝の国を治める女王と呼ばれておりました。芝とお呼びください。はい？本当の名前ですか？そこからは別料金ですね。
She can't say her real name, cause she don't got one. Let's go. I said go, come on. Alright, third roll. Third 10 roll. It's like, is that the most I've ever done? Well, considering I also rolled a bunch of tickets, you could consider that a 15 roll, 1.5 10 roll, I guess. Oh, that's all the guarantees. Great. Yeah. So I've rolled a bunch. At least, yeah. At the very least, got the 4-star. That's nice. But I really want Abigail. I really want a Berserker counter. What I'm using for Berserker counter right now is a team of Tamamo, Mashu, and Waver. And I'm just like stacking on defense up, stacking on defense damage cuts, and hoping that eventually like the attacks the Berserker does just goes to 0. And if they fire the NP, it just does 0. Which has happened. Like, I have done that. So that was nice. Even easier if they're single target NPs, because then Machu can just, you know, use the shield, no problem, and getting through that. Like, that's what I did for, when was it? I think it was Dead Race. A while back, you had to fight like 6 boars with around 1,000,000 HP each, which was ass. But I went for the defensive approach, which only cost me the 3 command seals, so I guess it was worth it. But I was just like, defense! You can't get through this wall. They eventually got through it, but for the most part, you can't get through this wall. And it took forever. I kid you. Oh my god, another black girl. What the heck? I mean, 5-star C is fine, but it's just like, why 2 black girls? This is weird. Okay, whatever. But it just took up so much of my time. It took 2 hours, and I was doing it like almost non-stop. Oh, I was so tired. It was, oh. Can't keep going. Oh, you can keep going. They don't limit you if you're doing money rolls. That's interesting. I didn't know that. This is probably going to be my last roll. If anything, I may do one more roll after this, just because I know I'll get the stones back before the next event for the most part. I think. I need 7 more to roll. Next event is winter, the Christmas. Ho ho ho! So maybe, yeah, 7 stones by Christmas. That's not too unlikely unless they just release Christmas tomorrow, which would suck. I would be mad if they did that. Please don't do that, Delightworks. You know what? Nah, I'll save it. I'll wait to see when they announce for Christmas. If they announce Christmas for a little while after, then I might roll again. Don't have to push it all in today. But how this looks like it's going, those speeds of those rolls, looks like we're not going to end on a happy note. We're going to end on a very sour note. We're going through the last stretch. Can we get that Abigail? Miss Gale of Abby's? Finally counter the Zerkers, please? Please, Zerker counter? If not, at the very least, I really hope they release, like, other foreigners. Because that's, like, the problem with Moon Cancer. Moon Cancer is the only Avenger check, and it was event only. So if you didn't do that event, then you're just boned. You don't have a Berserker check, or you don't have a Avenger check. It's like how it is for this. You don't have a Berserker check. Oh, another Shiba. Yeah, MP2 Shiba. Alright. Not mad. Would have really liked Abigail, but I think we're done. I think that's the last one. Yep. Alright, MP2 Shiba. Alright. Or Sheba? I guess it's Sheba. I don't know how to pronounce it. But we're done. That's it. We're gonna hold off here and wait until we get more stones. As much as I really want a check for Berserkers, I don't want to risk rolling it now, just in case they do. Christmas just around the corner. They do that. I hate it when they do that, but they do that. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Since it's been a pretty long episode, question again is, who is the servant you have that pulls you through the most in any situation? Your MVP servant? And let me know. This has been Zero Blazer, aka Veteran 996, signing out.